Managing voter flow and queues on polling day is important so that voters get in and out of the polling place as quickly and comfortably as possible. Let's first look at what the officer in charge can do when setting up the polling place to encourage good voter flow. You may receive a layout from your divisional returning officer to assist with the setup, and cardboard material will be provided to help direct voters. Here's some key principles to follow. Have a single direction of movement through the polling place so that crossover of voters is minimised. If the polling place has 2 accessible doors, use one for the entry and one for the exit. Make sure the issuing officers have a clear view of the voting screens so they can help control voter flow. Have separate areas for ordinary and declaration voting. Place the ballot boxes between the voting screens and the exit and make sure recycling bins are at the exit, past the ballot boxes. Also make sure that all available voting screens are set up. When thinking about where the queue will start, remember to use mini queues wherever possible. This means there is one initial queue inside the polling place. From here, voters are directed to mini queues of 1 to 3 people in front of each issuing point. It's important to have the start of the initial queue as far inside the polling place as possible, so that fewer voters have to wait outside the polling place if there is a queue. Once polling starts, there's a couple of things you can do to make sure voter flow is working well. Talk to your polling place liaison officer about the layout and make tweaks throughout the day to improve it if you think it's needed. It's essential that the queue controller is using mini queues. You should check that the queue controller is directing voters from the same family with the same surname to the same mini queue. Your queue controller should also be checking along the line and directing voters from different divisions to the declaration vote issuing area. Staggering breaks for all polling staff can also be helpful. If your second in charge is available, try to have them cover an issuing point while an issuing officer has a break. Finally, let's look at what to do if a queue develops in the polling place that is creating long wait times. If this happens, identify the bottleneck. Are people waiting to be issued a vote or waiting for a vacant voting screen? If it's the screens, check that you have put up all that were provided. If the wait is at the issuing points, see whether an extra issuing point can be opened. You can also check if one of the issuing officers seems to be slower than the others. If they are, move them to a different role, such as the ballot box guard. Remember to use these tips throughout the polling day so that voters can get in and out of the polling place as quickly as possible. Authorised by the Electoral Commissioner, Canberra.